Yo, yo, yo. Oh, excuse me, baby, excuse me. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'm glad to be able to do a weekend analysis. Last week, I was not able to do a weekend analysis, and I felt like I was behind the eight ball all week. Did not take great trades. I did have some winners, I did have some losers, and I did have some damn. Why did I get in these trade type positions? So, um, just starting off this video, I kind of want to show I've been trailing XRP all weekend, and what you can kind of see from the higher time frame. These are the chart analysis that I dropped off in my group. We had a range back in March, early this year, 2021. We reached up and gave you those all-time highs, or pushed into the all-time highs and retraced. So this is the demand area, that created this high. And as you look at it, price action just simply came back to retest that demand area, and then it pushed up, but it did not give you new highs. So looking at that, it kind of brings you to this will be from the weekly down to like the 1 hour chart. I think it is 1 hour or 30-minute chart, but just kind of explaining what I see. Um, so first we had a demand that broke structure, give you new highs. Second, we had a retest of demand, but not enough orders to create new highs. So now we're going to see if XRP is going to push back into those weekly highs, or if it's going to come back down and retest this newly developed demand zone. Well, yeah, this new demand zone here. This is the daily chart. What we can see, unconfirmed lower high is unconfirmed simply because we have not pushed past any lows. Um, it has not broken back down to past any extreme lows, which would be this new demand zone here, which is the area we would look to confirm this possible lower high right here. Same thing I just said where I broke up there, still looking at double tapping that demand zone, push back into the highs. We had a break of bear structure back in over here. So this is the level I feel that sent us down here into this demand zone to create that double bottom. There we broke out. So break of bear structure here. So you should be looking for buys from this point. And this is August all the way up until now. We did have a sort of retracement price action type deal going on from September to October, but back into where price action is now, we're back pushing bullish with our low, high, higher low, potentially going up for new highs. So let's see what else we got on here. Doing down even further for each chart. Looking at it says weekly open. So this was last week's weekly open, October 31st. We got this low. This area gave us the new high supply. Actually, I looked at it this way: low, high, higher, low, higher, high. So this is the demand zone that gave us this new supply zone. And as you analyze the chart, you reading supply and demand zones. This supply broke and closed below this demand zone. So theoretically over the weekend, I should have been looking for shorts, but as we broke out of this consolidation zone, I took a quick buy right here. I think I ended up losing this trade because I didn't close it out once I saw it stall out in this area. I let it run, it came back down and took me out. I think on this candle here on the 4 hour chart, but still should have been looking for sales here. I should have believed more in supply closing below demand. I didn't think this was a strong enough close below. So I thought we possibly could have shot for the highs from right here, but we didn't. We started out at this level. I don't think I was watching it once we got to this level and through the London, back into the New York session, came all the way back down and responded from this demand level down here on the lower time frames. This is 4-inch charts, but there is a demand zone within this level here. Looking back, continue not to get anybody bored. Like I said, this is the consolidation range that closed below demand, pushed up. Potential shorts during that Asian range came back down and retested that demand that we pointed out earlier. Still bearish, continuation sales. These are my analysis from last week. I drew these up after Sunday. I was not able to make that video, but on UJ, what I saw was we were at this zone here in the weekly open. I saw this big bearish reaction, so I felt like, okay, we're ready to go short. Price action did push up past my entry, but I wasn't worried because we didn't close above. And I saw this big bearish reaction. I think I might have stepped away from the charts after this on this one. I don't think I closed 50% on usually. I think it just hit full targets. But from stop loss, the stop loss that I had here was right above this high. And looking at this chart, it looks like more, but it's only stop out by 10 pips. And I got this note right here because I got clapped this same way, a week or two ago on UJ. I saw a level where price was at, thinking it was getting ready to short some kind of setup like this. I saw a big bearish reaction and I hopped in, and then price came back and stopped me out, and then continued in my direction. So the analysis was correct. I just didn't have stops high enough within the zone that I needed to be in. Price actually pushed up and then just continued to drop, smashed through TP1 all the way down to was looking at taking profits downward somewhere in his level. And then even with the retracement of that new supply zone, that trade still plays out and come back down. And I'll reach TP. GJ, this is last week analysis. Just reviewing those. XRP again. I did see we broke bear structure when I got back to the charts, closing above this last lower high to give us new lower low, tapped into this demand zone right here, and then pushing to the high. So we're going to see if demand is stronger than supply at this point and create new lows. If this big bullish push here decides to exhaust, I would look for entries around 1.1717. I got it outlined right here. And then based off of last week's price action, last week Mark's weekly open on the 24th, weekly open on the I should have been 31st. Oh wait, yeah, there's 31st. This week's open. So price action not open for this week's chart just yet. But last week's price action was here, completely bearish, potential shorts in this area all the way back down to the extreme lows. We did touch back into this demand area, so we kind of want to just see how price action reacts from here. If we're gonna get some gas to the upside, continuation back into this lower high area, or if we're gonna come back to this bearish continuation zone, stall out there and create new lows. This is all from last week's price action. Just kind of a review. I was going back through and just seeing, how my markups from last week ended up playing out. So some of the zones are very, very valid. Some of the zones I could see where I potentially could have found a setup and could have got clapped, like this possible buy zone. I probably would have took that, seeing that strong bullish candle close above. But I'll go back through this. I just wanted to review and look at those. Well, that's the last one. All right. So we'll get up out of there and kind of just go through. Let's look at XRP first. Where's XRP right now? And just kind of see what we're seeing on that one. We broke structure, continuation buys. Potentially could have had a buy back into this area up here, but you likely to get clapped because this has been pushing for a while now. I need some type of exhaustion. That's what it look like on the 4H. So on the higher time frame, the 4H time frame, straight bullish candle. So some type of price action, some type of exhaustion is what's expected, but you don't necessarily know where that exhaustion is gonna come in. So you kind of just mark up your charts, mark up your areas, and then just wait to see where price action is gonna get busy at for you. Back to this 1 hour chart. So I said I would like to see price action come back down to the 1717 area, which is the lower high we broke out of, and just see if we can catch, possible shorts back to that area, or potentially catch the buy since we're in bullish formation up to the higher time frames. But for the normal pairs, this is what I'm looking at for this week. Starting off with a DXY on the weekly. Not too much to look at here. One thing I noticed is that we have pushed up into this zone here, and we are rejecting currently. All right, so looking at this chart here, we got this level here that price currently has been rejected. This is on the weekly chart. So you got 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. Didn't really make it there, didn't really make it there. You got 4 weeks of straight rejecting of this zone. So that's kind of telling me that zone might be really strong. When you go down and add analysis back on, let's see what we got here. All right, so it looks like what price action currently is. Looks like we have a liquidity grab looking left, has rejected this time frame on a high, this gray area in the back a few times. Rejected this area here on the higher time frames a few times. Damn, something on the stroke. Potentially allowing this to be a liquidity grab of all these highs right up in here. A lot of stop losses would have been up here for everybody that was going short from this level. From this current price action here, we had a break of structure and then a retest with a rejection at the end of the week. So um, we definitely want to see how price action opens up. If it comes back down to this support here and holds up, potentially we could have buys from that level. But if not, if there's enough supply within the market to push price bears, this would be a little area. If we close below 93.80, you can potentially get some shorts all the way back down to this bearish continuation zone. The daily trend is bullish. I mean, this price action right here, 4H is making higher highs and higher lows.
Making a FaceTime call to Aunt Pamela.
Price action is running from this demand zone. Current price action, we are here. Did not get this finished. Yeah, let's see what we got. We're at weekly opens. We're making high highs, consolidating high lows. So for this week, 17th, what is that? See. And if you go from there, on this, and next week you go to 31st, and then on one more time. The last one was the 24th, so where we decided to try and collect data as far as weekly high, weekly low. The next week, which was last week, broke this weekly high. So now we're going to see if this week's price action is going to continue this uptrending phase, or if this is going to be the area we majorly reject and start before we start a bearish trend. Like I said, based off the weekly chart, these areas up here, these flat highs, look like they just got manipulated. We'll have to see once price action open up, see if we're gonna continue busy back to the upside. But with the way this structure is setting up, I would possibly, potentially expect the DXY to be bearish this week. But that's if, we aren't able to close above that 94.31 level and continue to the top side. So it's all speculation right now until the market opens up and then you see what happens. What mainly has my eye open, possibly want to look for a reversal on this big bearish is because we broke structure high. So this high right here isn't that much higher than that high, meaning that this bullish impulse moves to the upside or possibly running out of orders to continue bullish. And even when you come over here, this high didn't close above that high, and you had a break of structure. You wouldn't necessarily call it because I didn't really break anything, but I mean, yeah, you can call it a break of structure. This would be the next major demand zone that pushed you into the high. So if you want to consider this a higher high than this high, then yeah, this would be the structure that was broken looking left. Retest of the previous high, and then you just have to see if price action is going to continue to come back down and break some of these extreme lows. Right. Don't know the UJ. Price action bullish. Current price action is in the retest phase. Still hasn't broken any major structure looking left. The daily trend is bullish. 4H pattern is in a zone of consolidation. As you can see here, the last 1, 2, this will be this week. So last 2 weeks, high, low, high, low, high, low. So right within a consolidation range. 1 hour setup is risky range trading. You can risky range trading within this consolidation zone, or just wait for the breakout, break and retest this consolidation zone to the bottom, break and retest the consolidation zone to the top, and then get busy back that way. Since we entered this consolidation in a bullish manner, if it was going short, I would expect it to short from up here, pushing up, faking everybody out, think we're going bullish, grab this liquidity zone up here and then drop. If we're going long, say vice versa, come out, break below, have everybody thinking dollars going short, and then get busy back to the upside from out of here. So usually I would let it play out. Definitely want to see which way, if we're going to keep ranging, if we're going to push back to the top side and give out some short signals, or, if it's just going to continue to range. DJ, I like for it to be bearish. Demand zone that pushes into the highs. higher lows and higher highs over here. We had a breaker structure looking left over here. Price reacted 2 weeks ago and gave you lower lows and lower highs. Breaker this structure. So at this point, we're now in a downtrend. I don't know why I have daily trend bullish. I guess I was calling this. Um, bullish action, but at this point we've had several breaks of structure looking left. So once that technically happens, in my eyes, these now turn into reaction zones. You had this lower high or this higher low gave you a high high. This higher low gave you a high high. Once you break that structure, all the price action after that point are all reaction zones. So we came back down, retested this, pushed up. That's the reaction. Did not break this high, continued bearish. Now this structure is out of the way. The next structure will be from here because this is where price action started out before giving you new highs. So come down, react from that demand area there. Didn't break any highs looking back this way, and then came back down to flush back to the bottom. So this reaction zone is where we are currently. The next one I have pointed out down there, and then the final one is where price action created the bull trend from way back down here. How far price action is going to drop down, I don't have a clue. That's where your eyes come in and look at the charts and see. Let's see if how far we're going to drop down before we have price action starting to break some of these bearish structure coming to the downside. Me personally, I think this is going to drop all the way back down to here, or even this little area here, 151.984, before showing any signs of getting busy back to the upside. My 1 hour setup right here is follow ideal number one. And that idea is basically watch to see how price action stays above this demand zone here or crashes below and then continue shorts, all the way back down to some of these extreme lows over here. That's pretty much all I got for GJ. Daily bullish higher time frame, daily retesting, seeking a demand zone. Yeah, I do see that. This is what I was calling bullish on that first box we had there. This price action here still needs a correction, but if it melts, could fall down to 152, which is basically up in that area I just pointed out. I'm looking for a correction as high as 154.972. And then we have this thought process here. Let's see how close, 154.972. 972. Okay, I do see that level there. We do have identified already. So let's up a little bit. Let's see what we got. All right, okay. Bullish. So let's see what's really going on with regulating. So here's a weak order block. So this is a lower time frame order block down on this level because you can't see it at all on the 1 hour here. So it's probably 30 minutes or 15 minutes. 15-minute order block, which necessarily isn't strong. It's just something you keep your eyes on when you get down to the smaller time frames as far as getting into the trade, take profit levels or reactions on stuff like that. Yeah, so on this one, definitely want to see how price acts up in any way up in this area here. Waiting for the next lower high to develop to create us a lower low on a higher time frame. But like I said, this is in desperate need of a correction because you got all this open range open here that hasn't been corrected on the right side yet. Down to you. 4 hour chart. Want to see how price action gets out of this zone. A little demand zone here. This theoretically hasn't been identified as demand zone yet because price action has not pushed back bullish, but potentially it could be. It could turn into a supply zone if it breaks out bearish and gives us a low all the way back down in here somewhere. Then that flips over to the supply zone. So I kind of got this marked early. Go ahead and tag that consolidation for right now because it hasn't shown us which way it's going yet. This area up here would be our supply, pushing us down into demand. And right now we're going to see if supply is stronger than demand and break through, or if demand is going to give us the push back to the upside. Let's see what we got. Supply wasn't strong enough to close below demand zone, so This supply zone when it's strong enough to close below this demand zone. Then create a lower low on a higher time frame. See how price action reacts from 1 hour order block. So if price action opens up bullish, come back up here. If we stay below this area, potentially can possibly for some shorts in there, or if we break back through, then this could possibly be our retest area. You know, if price breaks above this level, come back down, retest, and then push back into the highs. Possible target for continuation buys. Go back and see what I was seeing on that button. Entry. Retrace entry there, which I don't know what I meant by possible target for continuation buys there, but this is what I see on DU. Looking for a correction, or if it's just continue to keep melting to the downside. Pretty simple on that one. AU, pretty much the same thing. Lower lows and lower highs. Broke bullet structure back over here. Last week broke 2 weeks ago bullet structure. So right now we're currently downtrending, seeking supply or seeking a demand zone to push us back into the highs, or if we just gonna continue to break on through. And at that point, supply will be stronger than demand and be coming back down to the extremes. Real simple analysis over here. A weekly high, low, lower high, lower low. Potentially looking for that next lower high, possible double top here or 50%, and then catch it back to the downside. AUD, JPY. Well, we got bullish trend, demand zone pushing us to the highs, higher low, higher high. Consolidated, broke out of there bearishly. We did break structure looking left. So we are right on top of this demand zone though. So we want to see if price action is going to manipulate these flat lows, grab all the liquidity and push us to the highs, or if it's going to keep melting. Look for a break and retest below the bearish continuation zone, all the way back down to the lows. We got daily trend is retracing. So I'm guessing this area here, the retracement we're looking at, 4H pattern of lower highs and lower lows, 1 hour setup. There's no 1 hour setup at this point, so just waiting to see. Like I said, we do got this demand zone looking left. I do like this structure to continue bearish though. I feel like if this demand zone was going to give us any action, we definitely should be seeing it right now. And all we see is you do see the exhaustion in these bullish candles or these bearish candles. So you never know. You just kind of want to wait to see how price action acts up when it opens up. Come down to a small time frame. I see I got 1 hour order block. Okay, I see that too. But yeah, for me when I trade, I don't have a lot of time to get onto the charts every day and identify this and identify that. So on the weekends, you know, like get in here and cut up and see what I really can see. I don't know why it's doing that twice. Yeah, buddy.
I'm so bored.
You're so bored?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm almost finished with this video, bro, and I'll be right with you, okay? Okay, bro?
Okay.
We almost there. I got 3 more charts to look at, bro. Okay, bro?
Okay.
I appreciate you working with your breath. Okay? Thank you, sir. All right, so AUDJPY, I would like to see price come back up to this level and stall out and then take shorts from there, or get a good close, break below, retest of this level, and then fall through this demand zone. And JPY 4 hour reset. Let's see what we got. Basically, retracement trades back in this way. Current last week's price action was bearish. High, low, lower high, low, lower, low. Yeah, so this would be the lower high that gave you the lower low. This would be intra-week lower high, lower low. So potentially from the higher time frame, we should be looking for the next lower high. Do have an untested order block somewhere up in here. 1 hour, so essentially you could see price action come back up to this level right here and stall out this week before continuing lower. Yeah. Here. This one. Oh, sent you to this. This is backwards, bro. Completely backwards. Come on, bro. Wake up, bro. You're supposed to know you're doing. All right, so weekly high, weekly lower low, lower high that sends us into the lows because we closed below this low here. So we got good wait and see. Overall, by price being at this demand zone, definitely expect us to come out and pop up into the highs or this little this you call it range, this little zone within right here. If we break and close above this wick and then retest and maintain this level, I would like to see buys above 91,574, but only into this 1 hour order block. I wouldn't hold trades past this area because look at this big ass bearish reaction the last time we was in that zone. So I'll definitely be taking profits off the table at this area, if not shut everything down and then just watch what happens. If it continues, it continues, That's a part of your trading plan, that's a part of not being greedy, that's a part of not getting clapped by not coming out the market when it showed you an area where you should have got out the market. So yeah. All right. I'm trying to get back to the man. Oh, what's going on, bro? All right, cool. So just building up the story, got high, equal low, higher high, higher low, um, equal high at this point. Did not break any highs looking left. This on the daily chart. Price action immediately came back down, lower high, lower low, new lower high, breaker structure looking left. This demand right here is respected, so that got outlined. We got the bearish continuation zone, bullish continuation zone up there. 4 hour chart. This was, yeah, this is the structure that pushed us into the highs. As you can see, price came out, created your structure, broke up, gave us a high, retested those lows, which is the demand, and then gave us new highs. This is the move that confirmed that this demand was strong, pushed up into the new highs. And you can see right here, we did not make it back down to this level, and we did not create new highs. Right over here, this demand obviously was out of orders because we broke right through it, came back, retested, and then continued. Did not go lower, but we did break back above. I think this price action right here is a possible fake out. Only because I feel like it does a lot of levels, a lot of orders left at this level, then we would have got busy back into the highs once we touched into it again, and we didn't. So um it did respect a demand zone below it. So I would expect in order for price to push back into the highs, that we would need to come back down to this level here, 122,800 level. When you get the best continuation zone, respect that demand zone and then continue higher. This is the 4 hour chart, so let's zoom that in. We did have a shift structure up top for our order block that's untested. That's 2 weeks price action, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Um, we're right now currently retesting the structure we just broke out of, which is what I got marked up here. So definitely would like to see if this little bullish trend continues back into that order block before we melt and go bearish again. If it does short from this area, I'm looking to capture all profits out of this respective demand level. As if I catch that trade, most of the time I don't trade UCAD throughout the week, so I usually miss out on some of these setups or a lot of these setups because I don't usually trade this. bi-weekly. I might look at it on a Sunday night, Monday night. If ain't nothing jumping on GJ, and then I'll come down here and see if anything works out or setting up properly for me. If it's not, then I kind of skip it. Just because this price action is kind of choppy. Whereas on GJ, the ranges and zones are a lot bigger. I mean, it's still choppy in between there, but you clearly can tell this was the high, lower low, equal high, lower high. Then you knew lower low, lower high, lower low. So I just see it as a tighter price action on these levels. But I think that's pretty much all I got for this week. Still waiting to see what XRP is going to do. What I'm I think he is zooming. So this is on the weekend charts. I usually like to get in on positions for XRP on Friday evenings. Um, Friday evenings usually give me some gas, but I didn't catch anything like I said. I thought this was going to be the level that gave us the gas, but it wasn't. When I got in, this big bullish candle gave me, somewhere we was going, but we didn't. So that price action started to close above that level and immediately rejected and immediately came back down. I got stopped down. But this is what I was looking for. This is what I ended up playing out on Sunday. So it is what it is. I got my levels marked up. I'm waiting for to see if how we're gonna react. If this is gonna be levels give us new highs, and possibly wait for a retest of this level. If not, if this candle do exactly what the candle before it did, look, this is big bullish candle. This is how this candle looked before it closed. Ended up with a bearish close. So I want to see what happens with that. Are we gonna tap all the way into that before? If you drag the supply all the way over. Good price action reach all the way up there and then get the gas, come back down, possibly so. I don't know yet. But if it does, your boy gonna be watching it ready to get to it. So that's all I got for this one. If you are a fan, if you are watching, I appreciate you keeping your eyes glued to university. You're trying to make big moves, you're trying to do big things. And then look at Shiba. I don't really know how to pronounce that. I don't trade it at all, but I have seen it be in the news a lot lately. So see if we can see over here real quick before I end up this video. See how much time we ran up. Yeah, how much time. Baby. I'm keeping the time, baby. Somebody got to keep the time. Either way, okay, so we pushed up to all-time high to start the retrace. This is a man we broke out and gave us into the high, so it might come back down again. Because right now you're getting high, low, lower, high, equal lows, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high. So theoretically, you should be looking for the lower low. Come back and test the zone we just broke out of. So yeah, and when if this continue well, what I do see here is on a 4-hour chart. That price action breaks down a little bit better. High, low, lower, high, lower, low. Potential lower high that did not give you a lower low, but we did come back up and break above the bearish structure that gave you new low. So yeah, this level right here could hold up and then give you some price action back into the highs. Like I said, I don't trade Shibuba. I got no stocks in it, I got no interest in it. But I will mark it up daily. Give you a low unconfirmed lower high because there's no low. So we'll do it awesome like that. Right. If you would like to know how and why I mark up the way I do offer a 2-week consultation course, consulting course, kind of give you a quick a run through of the way I mark up and why I see the charts the way I do. I have a whole packet that I send out to you for you to look over, read, and study, and then I have a group chat. We get in and go down and break down the things that I see for the week when I'm doing my weekend analysis. And yeah, we get it cracking like that, you know. Open up Zoom, get on a call and get busy. This will be the bullish continuation zone because this is the area that gave us new lows. This area hasn't given us a new high or a new low yet. So we want to take it from there. We take it from up there. 4H, see how it lines up. And so that'll be our daily range up in between there. Because this level gave us the low, call this a break construction. Price action in between here. Here. So I believe in the buys more than I believe in the sales in this setup. So because close above structure, retracing. It's about that 50%. It could come back down even further and then double top or double bottom here before going back to the top side. We have to wait and see. Let's see. And this is sort of why I mark up the chart before I come to the video because then you had these long pauses. It's like, what, bro? My bro ain't talking no more. What, bro might cut off. I'm just looking at these charts, bro. And it's all marked up. You know, it's easy for me to do it when I ain't talking so I can, you know, focus and concentrate on what the hell I'm looking at. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, the high, low, low inside bar on the weekly. So, if we popped out to the weekly chart, this area here, oh, this area here would be high. That's 2 weeks ago. This bar right here on the weekly chart would be inside. It would be smaller. It would be inside this bar right here. So think of this area all the way down to here is one bar, and then this area from here all the way down to here is one bar. It's going to be inside of that bar. So let's pop out to the chart, see what that looks like. So this week is about to open up. This bar, this is the top, and the bottom is within the previous week bar, top and the bottom. How does that make you a better trader? When you're looking at it. Okay, go ahead, buddy. Come on. All right, hold on 1 second. Be right back. All right, bro. Real quick before I have to run up out of here though. But it shows you the range from the extreme highs and the extreme lows. Potentially take profit areas because you never know for sure what price action you're gonna do when it comes back down to the lows or come back up to that level. But as for price action currently, we take buys about at 65.72 and then shorts 54.39 below 54.39. Yeah, you're already into Shiba. I'm gonna call it Shiba. Shiba. Depending on where you got in at. You bought in from right here, just hold on. You see the price start to close back below that 54.39, you might want to reconsider. If you got an opinion, you was buying, thinking it was gonna go back up, or even from over here, So could be, you know, if you see it close below, you know. I would say this demand right here, just the demand that pushed into the high, so we'll go up that level. See, the price just closed below that 500, 5,000 level. Matt be in trouble, man, buddy. Matt be in trouble. But that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Welcome to the youth.